Hello, my name is David Lee, and this is my audience of three. It's my dad, my mom, and my neighbor, Mr. Martin. Now, this is a picture of an aborted baby. Keep that in mind as I speak on abortion. Now, my audience is here to listen to me to speak on abortion and learn how and why abortion is wrong and how we can fight against it. Now, I'm a student at Liberty University and I'm a sophomore, and I study in biology, anatomy and physiology 1 and anatomy and physiology 2. And I've learned about the progression of the embryo in the womb, and I've learned about the stages of pregnancy. Now, abortion is an important issue in our country today because we need to know when life begins, why it's wrong, and how we can fight against it. Now, I intend to show you when life begins, why it's wrong, and how we can fight against it. So, when does life begin? Part of the debate when abortion was legalized in 1973 in the case of Roe versus Wade, part of the debate was when life began. Now, we all know that life ends when our heart stops beating. So it doesn't make sense when our hearts start beating, and that's when life begins. My textbook in anatomy and physiology states that by 3.5 weeks, the miniature heart is pumping blood for an embryo less than a 1/4 inch long. So I have a ruler here. This is a 1/4 inch long. That's how big we were when our hearts first started beating. That's how big we were when life began for us. So when, how, and why is abortion wrong? Abortion is wrong because based on the fact that life begins when our hearts start beating, if you terminate life after the fact that the heart has started beating, that's just flat out murder. And also, one of the things that proves that abortion is wrong is that God values life. God values life because we are created in His image. Genesis 1:27 says, "So God created mankind in His own image. In the image of God He created them, male and female, He created them." Now, we're important to God because He created us. We're important in His image. So it shouldn't be important to us that we value life because God values life. And shouldn't we value the issue of abortion? Shouldn't we value those innocent lives because it is important to God and because it's murder? Now, what can we do to fight against abortion? There are different ways that we can fight against abortion. We can make petitions. We can rally on their state's capitals. We can make programs that inform people about why abortion is wrong. But one easy way that we can fight against abortion, that we all can, just simple average Americans such as myself and you, my audience here, is that we can write letters to our officers. We can write an email to our president saying that we do not support abortion. We don't want it in our country. That's just one simple way that we can fight against abortion. So to sum everything up, when does life begin? At 3.5 weeks after the embryo's hearts start beating. Why is abortion wrong? Because God values life and because it's murder. How can we fight against it? We can write letters to our officers. We can type emails to our president stating that we do not want it in our country. We can state our opinion that this is wrong and we do not want it. Because life begins at 3.5 weeks, because abortion is wrong, we should all band together. We should all come together for one cause to make a difference in our country, to get rid of this just murder that happens in our country every day. Now, Norma McCorvey, aka Jane Roe, from the Roe versus Wade case that legalized abortion in 1973. She was interviewed and she stated that, "I think it's safe to say that the entire abortion industry is based on a lie. I am dedicated to spending the rest of my life undoing the law that bears my name." Thank you for listening, and thank you for listening to me.